This is something that many of us struggle in the morning, and that is feeling energized. I myself struggle feeling energized every time I wake up. And for the longest, the only thing that I thought that could fix me is tea, coffee, or something caffeine related. But today, I'm going to show you some very cool breathing techniques that's going to make you feel very energized, that you don't require these caffeine related things. But the best part is, it will give you 5 to 10 times more energy than stimulants like coffee and tea. And not just that, it will also fill you up with oxygen, making you ready to conquer the day. And while you watch this video, you can practice it at the same time because the techniques are super simple. So what we're going to do right now are controlled breathing exercises, and these are going to fill you up with oxygen, fueling up all those cells and also enhancing your energy. And in the long run, unlike stimulants, it will not lead to crashes. And if you do this breathing, it will make sure that you have more consistent and more sustainable energy flow. So now when you wake up from your sleep, your brain is transitioning from the slower brainwave state to a much faster brainwave state. And the faster brainwaves are what makes you more alert and increases your wakefulness. So what we are going to practice is going to give your body that boost and take you to complete alertness. So do these in a flow and tell me how you feel whenever you try it. So what I want you to do is take your phone and keep a timer of 10 minutes, because every 2 minutes you will change your breathing exercise. Now, we're not going to do these exercises very technically, but I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can so that it serves the purpose. Now, for the first 1 to 3 minutes, you're going to do something that's called the energizing breath of fire. Sounds very cool, but you're not going to breathe fire. So find a cozy spot to sit. You can also sit on your bed if you wish. So you make sure that your back is straight, whether you're sitting on the chair or on the floor. Now, the next thing you're going to do is place your hand on your stomach, and you're going to breathe in and breathe out through your nose. Now imagine your tummy like a balloon. When you breathe in, the balloon gets bigger, and when you breathe out, the balloon gets smaller. And it's pretty simple. You're going to breathe in like you're sniffing a flower, and you're going to breathe out with the same pace. So your breath in and your breath out are both going to be the same length. And do this like you can see it here for about 1 to 3 minutes. So now this is your show time, so keep up the quick and rhythmic breathing until the timer tells you to stop. Also make sure that your timer isn't too loud. Now as you do this, you might feel a bit tingly or energized. It's basically why it's called the breath of fire. And what it's doing right now is waking up your body and mind. So now what you're doing with this exercise is you're kickstarting your body and mind. And it's pretty much like a car. So you won't just sit in a car and drive. You will first warm up the engine and then set out on your trip. So we are doing the exact same thing with our body. Now, this breathing technique will power up your brain even more, and you'll feel even more awake while doing this. Now, in this breathing technique, you're going to do something very similar to the previous one. But this time, you're going to let your chest open and close like a balloon rather than your stomach. So take a really big sniff through your nose like you're smelling some really delicious cookies, and fill your chest in completely with air. Now once you feel that your chest is completely full of air, you're going to blow out the air from your mouth like you're going to blow out a bunch of candles. And right after you've blown that air completely out of your mouth, you're going to breathe in quickly through your nose. And while you do this, you're going to imagine that you have good vibes going in, or very positive energy going in while you inhale, and when you exhale, you have all the negative energy coming out. So it's a thought that you just keep in your head while you're doing this breathing technique. Now you do this breathing exercise for another 1 to 2 minutes, and just remember that your inhalation and exhalation has to be equal. Now once you're done with this, the next one is going to be a little tricky. Now, in this breathing exercise, you're going to think like you are a pump. Those cycle pumps or those balloon pumps. This is also a yoga technique called Kapalbhati, but I'm going to keep it simple and not complicated. What you're going to do is blow air out forcefully through your nose, and every time you breathe out, you try to squeeze your belly in, almost like trying to make your belly touch the spine. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to exhale very quickly. So don't really worry about the inhaling part, because that is something that will happen on its own. The breaths have to be very quick exhales, and if you want to understand and try it better, then just try it using your mouth. And if you're trying it for the first time, then do it maximum for a minute. And if you do this for a minute, it will make most of your sleepiness go away. And after you're done with this, just take a slow breath in and a slow breath out, and get yourself back to a normal pace of breathing. And this is called your wake up breath, or your morning stretch and shake. So as you breathe in, you raise your arms up overhead. And the fun part is that you blow out air forcefully through your mouth, and as you do that, you bring your arms back down. Basically, you're stretching and you're blowing away any kind of sleepiness. And all you have to do is coordinate your breathing in with your arms going up and breathing out with your arms coming down. So try and maintain that rhythm. So what this does is tries to wake up your body and also gives you a stretch at the same time. And try to do this for around 2 to 3 minutes, and do it at your own pace. So it's not about how many times you stretch your arm up and down, but it's about trying to do things in a certain rhythm and in the time frame. And the last breathing technique to end this whole thing is the Wim Hof method, which will take around 2 to 3 minutes. You just take a deep breath in and you take a deep breath out. In total, you're going to do 30 of them. So when you breathe in, you're going to fill your lungs completely with air and remove the air completely when you breathe out. But this is going to be rapid, and there are 30 inhalations and 30 exhalations. And once you're done with the 30th round, you're going to exhale all the air out completely and hold it as much as you're comfortable with. And then you're going to slowly inhale for another 10 to 15 seconds. And that's about it. Normally, we repeat this multiple times, which is the 30 inhalations and the 30 exhalations, but these are enough to keep you energized and to kickstart your day. So, there you have it. Starting your day like this will be very effective for your health in the long term as compared to stimulants, which will eventually dehydrate you and lead to a lot of those crashes, which are your energy crashes. But if you keep practicing these holistic methods, it will take some time to get used to it and follow the whole pattern, but it will give you amazing results. And it doesn't just become a healthy habit, but you'll also start feeling even more refreshed every morning. And the best part is that it only takes 10 minutes of your time. And I'm very sure that's not difficult to spare. So without fail, try this out and tell me how you feel after trying it. And if you want to know a lot more information on health, just check out any of the videos here. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Rosha that.